Hello, guten Tag, salut, good day, and I've got a dirty fucking webcam. I've got a dirty fucking webcam, motherfuckers. Hello, how are we? Welcome one and all to whatever the fuck this is. It is Lockdown Live. It is the show that I do every goddamn evening during lockdown to keep me sane, to keep you sane, mainly to keep me sane, and also to get some sweet ass motherfucking super chats. Hello to everybody who is watching. Hello to Daniel Richards, who said hello in the chat. I am feeling a little bit weird today. I'm back on the beer because fucking YOLO. I'm having a weird time at the moment. I'm partly absolutely fucking buzzing, lads, because today is my last day of COVID lockdown. I am absolutely fucking fine. I've been pretty much fine throughout the whole process, as I keep going on about, touch wood. But now I feel totally fine. I don't really feel like I've even got that much of a cough. I've coughed maybe once or twice today. You know what? Now that I've said that, I'm going to be coughing and spluttering like a motherfucker. I've jinxed myself. But I feel fine. I feel like I feel like I'm absolutely smashing. So I can't wait to get out of lockdown and to just like go out a bit. I'll be honest with you, I have, and you're not meant to tell anyone this, and I swear to God, if you grass me up to the fucking COVID marshals, I will deny it, right? I have taken the dog for a walk a couple of times. I know. What on earth was I doing? How dare I? And you know what? If there's a third wave, it's my fucking fault for walking the dog around the park. Look, I had to get out. The dog was going mad. I've got a little Jack Russell. They need to be like exercised massively at the best of fucking times. And he was doing my absolute tits in. So I chose places. Luckily, I live in quite a rural place. So I chose places that I knew were going to be quiet. And I took the dog out for a walk and just sort of let him do his thing. But yeah, I have been out a couple of times, but I've not been to the shops. I've not been, just sort of out and about. And that's been the kind of thing that I've been missing. Just having the freedom to fucking get up and just get out the house. It's so weird because the minute that someone tells me that I can't do something, it makes me want to do it. Like, if you'd have told me usually, let's say it wasn't lockdown, if you'd have told me usually, right, you have to go to the shops and get the shopping, I'd be like, oh, fuck off. No, really? Oh, Jesus Christ. But the minute that you say to me, listen, stay at home, sit on your house, don't do anything at all, but don't go to the shops, I'm like, oh, the fuck am I going to do that? It's just knowing what you can't do fucks with your mind. Do you know what I mean? It makes you want to do it. Hello to Peter Gaydon in the chats, who says, love you, Freddie. Love you too, Peter. Let's get married. Hello to Rory Davis, who said hello, Freddie and crew, Stella and wedding cake, he says, and hello to all the people that are watching. So I'm happy in a sense because this is my last day of official lockdown isolation. I can't get fined £1,000 for leaving the house or anything like that anymore. So that is all lovely. However, I am also climbing the fucking walls because I haven't done any stand-up. I haven't done any comedy now in maybe 11 days, 12 days, something like that. Now, I know it's not quite like the heady days at the beginning where we were going months and months without a gig. But in October, by the end of October, I was gigging 3-4 times a week. And to go from gigging 3-4 times a week to not gigging again, it's fucking jarring. And I can feel in my in my body, in myself, as it were, that I've got like a need to just get back on stage, start doing stuff. I've been watching loads of comedy specials because I've been hankering to get back on stage. Oh my God. When this is all over, I cannot describe to you how I am never going to take another stand-up gig for granted ever again. It can get really easy. And I know as audience members, you're not meant to know this. You're meant to think that every single time that I go out on stage and perform, I'm like, yeah, I can't wait. I am so psyched to perform to 15 people in Hull. Woohoo! Yeah, get me on stage. I want to do an extended set in this nightclub in Birmingham. Fucking yeah, boy. Do you know what I mean? It's not like that. It's not like that. There are some gigs where you look at them in the diary and you go, oh, fuck, as if I've got to do that. And then you drive there and you're going, oh, fucking hell. And then you literally, just before you're about to go on stage, you're like, oh, Jesus, why am I doing this? And then you go on stage and go, hi, guys, it's great to be here. It fucking isn't. And then you do a 20-minute set. You're literally on autopilot, and then you fuck off and you go home and you go, why did I just do that? It can get very easy to start doing that. Indeed, it can get very easy for comedians to spend their entire careers doing that shit. But I can promise you now, when I am no longer, when I'm able to do stand-up again, I will try my fucking hardest to take every gig as the blessing that it is. No matter how shit it looks, I am going to feel genuinely privileged to be able to do it, because don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They paid paradise, put up a parking lot. Ooh, bop, bop, bop. Let's have a look at the comments. Evening Freddy says, K-Ho, good evening, Mr. K-Ho. Or Mrs. K-Ho, or Miss, who knows? Rory Davis says, I don't know where you all stand on the whole COVID thing, but fool me once, shame on you. Yeah. I've mentioned this before, Rory. For me personally, the point of a lockdown, or so we are told, the point of a lockdown is to buy us time. It's to buy extra time so that our NHS won't get overwhelmed, so that we can, I don't know, do things like invest in testing and invest in tracing and a track and trace app, and, you know, do all of those things. And without that, it's just fucking pointless. Do you know what I mean? We didn't do anything extra the first time. We came out of the first lockdown in almost exactly the same position as we'd gone into it. The second lockdown, at least they're doing mass tracing and testing like they are in Liverpool. At least they are doing that, because at least we're doing something. At least we can come out of this second lockdown, you know, a month longer, whatever, and we can go, hey, look, we did this. We tested 1 million people. We improved our track and trace. We did this, this, and this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it makes me feel less guilty about wasting lockdown when I know that the government's fucking wasting it as well. Lena Davis says, Lena De Bono says, hey, Freddie, feeling better today? I am indeed, thank you. I'm back on the beers. To be honest with you, I haven't felt, what's the opposite? I haven't felt not better in this whole time, really. I mean, I had a little cough at one point, but I've felt myself, you know, throughout the whole process. But now I feel completely normal. I feel completely fine. And I might, now keep this between you lot, I might have to start doing supply teaching in school soon. Oh, I know, but money is tight. And if I want to have a Christmas, then unfortunately I'm going to have to go into schools and put my teaching hat on and swallow that big old dick. So Mrs. and I can't wait till we see you again, says K-Ho. Thank you ever so much, pal. That's very nice. Like I said, I can't wait to get back gigging. I just sort of feel like a little bit, you know, a little bit sort of like I'm sort of like not able to do anything. Because the thing is people say, well, why don't you write material? Why don't you write more material? And that's true. Well, the thing is if you write your material, it has to be like a process. It has to be like, you know, you write something, you have an idea, you test it out as soon as you can, you go back, you edit, you change, you move things around, and then you go back again and you test again, and and then over the course of a week or 10 days or whatever, or 2 weeks, you have a new bit, you have a new set, because you've been writing and editing, and you have to do it fairly quickly while it's fresh in your mind. In lockdown, it's not possible to do that, because you could do something and then it's a month before you do it again and you lose all that momentum. So it's easier just not to do anything, but then you feel creatively stifled. It is a motherfucker. Keiho says, join me in the classroom. Oh, that sounds tempting. I imagine with kids, otherwise if it was just me and you, that'd be odd, wouldn't it? Let's see. Lena says, no GCSE or A-level exams in Wales next year, so maybe easy. That is very true. Unfortunately, I probably won't be teaching in Wales. I'll be teaching in England, where, as far as I am aware, they have decided to keep GCSE and A-level exams, because obviously it's not hard enough that children have to learn fucking more material than ever before in harder and harder exams. No. It's got to be the case that children now have to be able to do it through a global pandemic, where their teachers are off every 2 weeks, and where they have to do classrooms from home, and where they're constantly being disrupted. That's the best time to really assess a child's ability and give them a grade that will follow them around for the rest of their life. Of course it is. So yeah, Wales have seemed like, if you don't mind me saying, Wales have seemed like the statesmanly approach throughout this whole lockdown thing. Scotland have kind of been a little bit like, I think I'm gonna fucking do the opposite of what you're doing, you fucking cunt. Whereas Wales have just sort of been a bit more like, well, I think we're going to follow the science, see? And I think they've played a blinder. Rory David says, what age group do you teach, bro? I teach secondary school, or at least I did teach secondary school back in the day. And now, obviously, I'm a stand-up comic, or I was until this happened. I might have to go back to it. I think I could be a Donny at finger painting. I don't know what a Donny is. A Don, does he mean, perhaps? And then he says, good night, all. What an amazing final thought to sign off on. To just go, I think I could be really good at finger painting. And now I'm going to sleep. So, how are we? What are we all doing? I can't quite believe that I've done nearly a week of these. They are good, really. I would think that by now I would start to be resenting them a little bit, but I'm genuinely not. I'm enjoying having a chat with people, doing my thing. I just want, really, for life to start feeling a little bit more like it's back to normal. It would be a huge benefit to me if we could gig over Christmas. Huge. Because if I could get my Christmas running, it means that I could earn a fair bit of money, and I could budget to live off that, especially for January, February. However, given that the Govd have extended these self-employment grants until March, I am not optimistic about it. I'm thinking about, funnily enough, I'm thinking about setting up some outdoor gigs and doing some stuff outside. I did some outdoor gigs this summer, and they were really, really, really good. And I'm thinking about doing them next summer as well, sort of going from maybe Easter through to sort of September time, and doing them in as many outdoor spaces as I can find, really, just to sort of have something on the horizon, have something on the cards. Oh, hecky pecky. What are you all doing? How are you all keeping? How are you keeping during lockdown? Lockdown 2.0. Are people actually doing lockdown this time? Because the first time round, people kind of sort of did lockdown. I think at the beginning, people took lockdown fairly seriously, and people were like, yeah, let's lock down. This is, yeah. I think people were scared at the beginning. And I think that the goodwill lasted roughly about the time until Dominic Cummings made his trip to Barnard Castle. And as soon as that got out, people were furious because people had sacrificed weddings and funerals and birthdays and all sorts of things in order for the greater good. And then to see a politician, although Dominic Cummings isn't really a politician, he kind of represents a politician, to see him going all the way up to Barnard Castle and coming back down again and just blatantly fucking lying about it. Oh, I needed to test my eyesight. It was just, and to see that nothing happened. I think the minute that everyone saw that interview that he gave live on TV, I think we all collectively went, and fuck this. Because, like, we all knew right then and there that it's one rule for one and one rule for someone else. He needed to be made an example of, really. I think that had he been made an example of and at least sacked from his job, at least, then I think that we would have a very different attitude to lockdown than we do now. But as it stands, I think most people see it as like a general inconvenience, and a lot of people are just ignoring it full stop. Like, have you seen all the videos online of shops and businesses opening? Oh, they're so cringeworthy. Like, I'm somebody who kind of likes to sort of stick it to the man, as it were. But, you know, when you get somebody going, I am invoking Section 61 of the Magna Carta. I do not consent to your contract. I am abiding by maritime law. This is not common law. It's like, what do you mean you're abiding by a maritime law? You live in Sheffield, you daft cunt. You're not at sea. Do you know what you want about maritime law? I'm invoking Section 61 of the Magna Carta. Well, the Magna Carta is about 800 years old, and there is no Section 61. So I don't know what the fuck you think you're talking about. Oh my God. The videos are great, but they are so cringeworthy. And you can see the police as well. Like, they have no idea, and they know they're being filmed. It must suck dick being a policeman when everyone's got a fucking camera phone and everyone thinks that they're a legal expert because they've read someone's blog. Do you know what I mean? And you get some chav filming you. You know, and you're there trying to say, look, you're going to be fine. Do you understand? Understand? I do not stand under you. It's like, it's not what I fucking said, mate. I do not stand under any man. I do not consent for this to be a contract. You're like, what the fuck you on about consent for it to be a contract? Here's £100 fine now. Fuck off. You should be able to, right? This is controversial, but I think a lot of people will agree with me here. The soundest police, not all police, because some police are dicks, but the soundest police should have the ability to fine people just for being a twat. Like, that should be the rule. Where you're being a twat, I'm giving you a £50 dickhead fine. And then if they, well, I do not agree, I do not consent, I do not enter into a contract. Right, it's £100 because you're talking bollocks and you're pissing me off. Now fuck off. Can you imagine seeing that in court, body cam, judges going, yeah, he is being a bit of a dickhead. I think I'll uphold this. I was not being a dickhead. I did not consent. I'm not under a contract. I want to invoke Section 61 of the Magna Carta. I love it as well. It's always people invoking Section 61 of the Magna Carta. It's always the people who say that always look like the sort of people that got like a fucking U in history at GCSE. And all of a sudden the legal experts from 800 years ago, give me a fucking break, pal. Let's see here. Lena De Bono says, I have not gone in a shop since the March the 13th, and I have not left the house in 2 months. Holy shit, Lena. What, I mean, to be honest, fair play to you. That takes an awful lot of dedication. That is not something that is easy to do. So good for you, Lena. Is there any reason for this? Is it because you are a vulnerable risk, or is it because you are somebody who is particularly worried about the virus for whatever reason? Or is it because you find it quite easy adjusting to this way of life? I mean, people forget I'm going stir crazy because I'm somebody who needs to be out and creating and doing things. And for me personally, I find this torturous, being stuck inside. But there are some people who are naturally, dare I say, more introverted. And they are people who, how would you say, fit more easily into a life of staying inside and being more isolated and solitary. Fair fucking play. If you're one of those people, good on you, because I find it difficult. I feel I get tetchy, you know? All of the above, apparently, says Lena. Good. How old are you, Lena, if you don't mind me asking? I always think with your name, you are probably female and probably in your 20s, because I just couldn't see. I think Lena's quite a modern name, isn't it? Leyna. Mid-30s. Okay, fair enough. You don't see like a 60-year-old. This is Grandma Lena. Leyna. Watch this now. She'll be like, I was actually named after my grandmother. Oh, Jesus. Keho says, toddler is self-isolating from nursery and setting remote work due to no teachers in my school and 2 years out. All good fun. To be fair, at the age of toddler, it's not like they're going to fucking notice. Do you know what I mean? Like, when they're a toddler, school very much consists of just play with these blocks. Fuck it. Just do whatever you want. It's not like it's the really important years. I worry massively for kids who are like in their teens and stuff. I think that they've got a hugely, hugely difficult task ahead of them. Oh my God, beer tastes amazing. I'm noticing, says Keho, my house is a dump. My house is a bit of a dump as well. And it was a bit of a dump during the first lockdown. And I thought because I thought originally, when I first started lockdown, I was like, my house is going to be so motherfucking clean. Going to clean my whole house up nice and clean. And I did it once or twice. And then because I'm living in my house and doing literally fuck all else, I noticed that almost immediately the house would be just as dirty as it was within a couple of days. And so I was like, fuck it. Why am I fucking bothering with this? And if anything, I lived in more squalor in lockdown than I did in normal times. It's weird. It's something about like not having anything to look forward to, not having anything to hold you accountable to your own behavior. It just lets you live your life like a slob. Here's the thing, side note, I fucking well wish that I had a chance to cut my hair before lockdown kicked off. I tried to get my hair cut. I tried to get my hair cut just before lockdown, but unfortunately, my barber was closed on Wednesdays. And I was like, I was like, really? I mean, this is a new barber. I've only been to him once, just since I've moved to the area. But yeah, he was closed on Wednesdays. And I was like, dickhead, you're closed for a month. Just open on the last day, you lazy bastard. Also, the day before that, he closed at 3:30. So he had half a day on Tuesday, wasn't in on the Wednesday, and was off for a month since then. So I've got this fucking tuft on my hair. And I refuse to get it cut at the other barbers near me, because the other barbers is like fucking 13 quid. And they write it on a fucking chalkboard, and they don't even put pounds, they just put 13. And it's not a barber's, it's called like fucking the Grooming Lounge or something gay like that. And you fucking come in and you get your hair cut by like some dude in a Victorian 3-piece suit with a fucking trilby and like smart ass brogues and shit like that, who looks like a fucking barber in a video game or something like that. That's £13. That's £13, Squire. Fucking calling me Squire, you prick. I'll go to the dude who cuts hair in his joggy bottoms, who looks like an ex-convict. That's why I fucking want to get my hair cut. £6. No fucking about there. Good value, and if you piss him off, he'll stab you in the neck. You know where you stand with a cheap shit barber. Graham Hargreaves says Lena is a little heavenly messenger. Okay, that probably comes across as slightly rapier than what you intended it to, Graham. I mean, I'm sure that you meant it well, but it does sound a bit creepy, pal. There is actually a rapey tax on this stream, and every time you say something that's weirdly fucking like sexually devious like that, you have to donate £10 to the page. Oh, he's put apparently the meaning. Oh, right, okay. So that's the meaning of the name Lena is Little Heavenly Messenger. I thought you just said Lena is a little heavenly messenger with no context at all around that. I thought you were like trying to chat her up. And I was like, it's probably not going to work because number one, it's the internet. Number two, it's a live chat. Number three, I can see. And number four, your chat up game ain't that strong, man. But okay, you've Googled the etymology of the name Lena. I wonder what the etymology of the name Graham is. Let's find out. What does the name Graham mean? It means divorced. No, it doesn't. I'm joking. So, according to Wikipedia, Graham is a masculine given name in the English language. According to some sources, it comes from an Old English word meaning or referring to a grey home or gravel homestead. Fucking hell. Old fucking grey house over here. Oh, mate. What does Freddie mean? This could be a fun angle for the stream. What does Freddie mean? The name Freddie means peace ruler and is of English origin. Peace ruler. Love it. Peace ruler. Sounds like a new Marvel women's superhero film. Peace ruler. Oh, mate. That's great. I love the etymology of names. Isn't it mad that people used to name people like, I shall be calling my child Graham because we live in a grey home. Graham. So weird, isn't it? So strange. I shall name my second child Brick because we live in a brick house. It's just weird. Like nowadays it's, that name sounds good. Let's fucking go for it. Although there is a bit of a spate recently, isn't there, with people naming kids like weird ass names that nobody's ever fucking thought of before. Let's have a look here. Unique baby names 2020. Okay, so let's see. These are the top baby names in 2020. Oh, okay. So not unique, like I said. Huh. Let's have a look for unique ones. Oh, trending baby names of 2020. This will be great. Okay. So Olivia, Charlotte, both rack up number one for the boys and the girls. That's a standard one, isn't it? Liam and Ava. Ava's a bit old, isn't it? Ethan and Amelia. Okay. Aiden, Olivia. Okay. Gabriel. Oh my God. Who calls a child Gabriel? What a fucking little cunt he's going to grow up to be. This is Gabriel. Mummy, might I have some more organic hummus? No, fuck off. Gabriel is a middle-class child's name. There's no fucking Gabriels on a council estate. I'll give you that much. Girl name's Aurora. Ugh. Aurora. So here's the thing. Aurora is such a fucking ball egg to say, isn't it? Just say it with your mouth. Your mouth has to do like 3 press-ups to say that name. Aurora. Caleb and Violet. I don't like Caleb. It sounds like Caleb sounds like a fringe character on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's what Caleb sounds like. Like season 7, Buffy and Caleb go to the graveyard, Violet for a girl, that makes me think of Willy Wonka. Violet, you're turning violet. Number 7 for a boy is Theodore. which is only acceptable if you have two other children called Alvin and Simon. Luna for a girl. Luna's not nice for a girl. Declan for a boy. Yeah, Declan. Hazel for a girl. Owen. Chloe's had fucking mileage, hasn't it? Chloe has been in the top 10 for fucking ages and ages and ages and ages. Chloe has been a popular name for a long time. Elijah, number 10. And Arya. No fucking way. Is that a Game of Thrones thing? God, people are weird. Henry, Scarlet, those are all right. Henry's a bit. Henry, it's a bit of a royal thing, isn't it? Jackson, oh God, spelled Jackson or Jaxon. I don't know which one of those I fucking hate more. Jackson, naming my son after a paedophile. This is my other child, Savile, and here comes little Harris. Isla for a girl, yeah. Grayson for a boy, Grayson. Yeah. Abigail for a girl, Levi for a boy. Levi's a good name. Freya for a girl, yeah. Benjamin for a boy. You see, the thing is with Benjamin is a good name, right? And the reason that Benjamin is a good name is because you can grow it with the child. So they can be fucking Benjamin, Benji, Benny, and then Ben as they get older and more serious. Do you know what I mean? As a child, they can be Benji, all fun. Hi, I'm Benji, I'm 6. And then when they get older, yes, I'm Ben, and I'm a very serious man. Do you know what I mean? Levi for a boy, Freya, Benjamin, Adeline. Ugh, not really a fan of that. Sounds like a fucking drink. Sounds like a cocktail mixer. Oh, can I get a double Coke and Adeline, please? Double Adeline and Coke. Finn, Sophia, Miles, Nora. Nora sounds like you're taking the piss. This is my baby, Nora. Oh, is your baby 1,000,000 years old? Because that's what it sounds like. Alexander, Adelaide. I'm not really a fan of that one either. Sebastian, Emma, Leo, Mila, Landon. Oh, God, Landon. Landon is just... Landon sounds like a Londoner saying London. Fucking London, mate. Lily, classic. Emmett, I like Emmett. Emmett is a strong name, I think. Emmett, I like that. Grace, good name. Everett, I quite like Everett as well. Maeve, whatever. Milo, Ivy, Jasper, Ella, Archer. Archer's not bad. Although it depends with the surname, because Archer already sounds like a surname. I think it needs to have not a weird surname. Like if your name is Archer Jones, it rolls off really well. Archer is a really good first name that makes us a normal surname sound really interesting, like a really good ring to it. But if you've got a weird surname as well, like Archer Quinn, it sounds like a fucking like Royal Infantry position. I'm Archer Quinn of the 3rd Battalion. Eleanor, Lucas, Audrey. Audrey's in the top 30. Audrey's 27 for women. Come on. Noah for boys. Genevieve for girls. Harrison, Iris, Hudson, named after the river. Isabella, Felix. Felix is pretty cool. It's still a bit of a cat's name, though, isn't it? This is my son, Felix, and my daughter, Rover. Lucy, Elliot, Ophelia. Ophelia is a fucking lovely name. Shakespearean. I like Ophelia. Jacob, Eloise, Atticus. Oh, the thing is with Atticus is 34th. Atticus is the 34th most popular name. That's fucking crazy. Atticus obviously is a reference to Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. It is a bit pompousy, isn't it? My child's called Atticus. Fuck off. Really? Really? Have you got a daughter called Boo Radley? I don't fucking think so. Shut the fuck up. Although I don't think his daughter is called Boo Radley. I don't fucking know. To Kill a Mockingbird's an overrated book. Rory says that, let's have a look in the chat for names. Keho says he's got an Eleni and Link. Link is a fucking stupid name to name a child. Link is the name of the character who operates the controls in the Matrix that gets shot. And then his brother is... That's what makes me think Link. Is Rory Red. Rory and I grew up in a council estate. And I've got a Henry and a Theodore under my wing. God almighty, that's the most middle-class council estate ever. Henry, Theodore, go and pick up my benefits, be a dear. Is the birth rate up or down in 2020? I don't know. I'll check. I imagine it's up because people have got nothing else to do apart from fuck. Graham says, I have a relation called Amaya. Quite like Amaya. My fiance has a granddaughter called Zyla Rose. Zyla Rose sounds like an instrument. I am the music man. I come from far away. What can you play? I play the Zyla Rose. Oompa, 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 pa, oompa, pa, oompa, pa. Calling your daughter, calling your kid Nora, what next? COVID. It's hacky, but you can, yes, it man. Lena says, my name sounds like a fake name made up on the spot. It does, doesn't it? Lena De Bono. My name is Lena De Bono. Yes, that will do. Good evening to Charmaine. Hello, Charmaine. We are just going through baby names at the moment and the most popular ones. What else have we got here? Lincoln is the 35th most popular name in the UK in 2020. Lincoln. I don't know any fucking Lincolns. What the fuck is that? Okay, there's the 35th most popular girl name. I can't even say it. Lorelei? Lorelei. Lorelei. Lorelei? 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 Surely not Lorelei. Sounds like a fucking make of fucking Formula One tire. How do you say it? How do you say it? Let's go on YouTube. How to pronounce Lorelei. Right, you ready for this? Ready for this? Oh, fucking advert. Of course there's going to be a goddamn advert. Skip ad.
The following pronunciation is brought to you by pronouncenames.com.
Come on, hurry up.
Lorelei.
Lorelei. Lorelei. Oh, my God. Lorelei. I don't know if I like that or not. Lorelei. Is that Welsh? Lorelei. 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 Oh, in the chat, in the chat, apparently we all know this. Rory and Lena were saying Lorelei. Oh, Lorelei King plays every American woman on BBC Radio. I don't listen to radio, unfortunately, so I wouldn't know that. Oh gosh, Lorelei. Oof. I don't like that. I don't know actually. It's the way that it's spelt puts me off. I don't mind the sound actually, but it just the way that it's spelt. There's Lorelei now. Next we've got Gavin for a boy, as if Gavin is still knocking around there. What a name that is, Gavin. So uninspiring, isn't it? I'm calling my child Gavin. Ren for a girl, W-R-E-N. I don't know about Ren. Sounds like an insult from like the 1500s, like a Shakespearean insult. Away with thee, vile Ren. You know, like Dominic for a boy, Hannah for a girl. I would have thought, right, what world are we living in these days? What world are we living in, boys and girls, when fucking Ophelia, Lorelei, and Ren are more popular than Hannah? We need to fucking bring Hannah back. It's a solid name. You spell it the same backwards as forwards. It's visually, aesthetically pleasing. More Hannahs, please. Jack at 38. Wow, Jack has fallen down, hasn't it? There's more Hudsons and Archers and fucking Lincolns than Jack. Bloody hell. That's a shame that. I've always liked Jack as a name. I think it became a victim of its own success, didn't it? Too many Jacks. Let's see. Atlas. Fuck off. Atlas for a boy. If you're calling your child, I don't know whether or not this is just me, right? But if you're calling your child Atlas, then you better hope that he grows up to be muscly as fuck. Can you imagine a fat kid called Atlas? I don't know about Atlas. You look more like a fucking globe. Lydia for a girl. Isaac, number 40. Madeline for a girl, number 40. Again, Madeline. Less fucking popular than Lorelei. What the fuck is going on? And Madeline's a great name. Logan for a boy. Claire for a girl. Claire's slipped as well. Wyatt for a boy. Astrid for a girl. Silas for a boy. Silas. Oh. Thea for a girl. All right, Thea's a nice name. Cole for a boy. Kaya for a girl. Kaia. Kaya. Sounds like a car. Theo for a boy. Cora for a girl. Holden. Penelope. Luke. Naomi. William. Zoe. You're getting all the normal ones now. All the normal ones are being pushed down because people have this need now to stand out from the crowd. Fucking easier social media handle because there's not as many bloody Lorelei's. She got a fucking great Instagram name when she's 15 or whatever. Let's see. Where did we get to? Isaiah, Elia, Adrian, Elizabeth, Elias, Evangeline, number 51 for a girl. Samuel, Autumn, Arthur, Esme. Esme's a great name. Esme's a top name. Easy to spell, nice to say. Gideon for a boy. Look, if you call a boy Gideon, you are setting him up for a life of being fucking picked on. Mia for a girl. Caden, Daisy, Arlo, Ruby, James, Margot, Adam, Layla. Layla, there you go. Oh, no, yours is Lane, ain't it? Colton, Anastasia, Ronan, Sadie, Roman, Stella, Asher, Lila, Nolan, Rosalie, Jonah, Daphne, Reese, Fiona, Nathan, Phoebe, Axel, Jesus Lord, Savannah, August, Alice, Connor, Eliana, Xander, Eliza, Charles, Gemma, Eli, Arabella. Arabella's a lovely name, isn't it? Arabella. That's lovely. Let's see. Give me just 2 seconds. Daniel, Athena, Nathaniel, Maya, Ezra. Oh, fucking hell. How do you say this name? Saoirse. Is it some Sorsha, isn't it? Sorsha, I think maybe. Or Sarish or something. Sausage? I don't know. Bo, Zoe, Zachary, Sienna, Tobias, Evelyn, Carter, Rose. We're into number 80 now. We're nearly done, honestly. Matthew, Harper, Ian, Joseph. Ian at number 80. I hereby call this baby Ian. Ezekiel, Felicity. I hereby call this baby. That's not what people say when they name kids. I hereby call this baby. Ezekiel, Felicity, Aaron, Delilah, Thomas, Amaya, number 84. There you go, top 100. Xander, Caroline, Soren. What, like the fucking fruit loaf? What's that fruit loaf called? That's called Soren, isn't it? Serene. Oh, fucking hell. Serene, not Soren. It's still the 86th most popular name is a fucking bread loaf. Olive, Oscar, Adeline, Callum, Brielle? Come on. Nicholas, Matilda, we're into 90 now. Ace. Don't call a fucking child Ace. Jesus Christ. Aurelia, Josiah. Josiah does sound like the name that you would give a child if you lived as part of a cult of Christians who acted as though they were from the 1800s. Do you know they had like a shirt with braces and like mutton chops? Josiah, fetch the cow from the barn. Yes, father. We shall sacrifice him tonight at the great harvest. Indeed, father. That's what Josiah reminds me of. Willow. Michael, 92. Michael. Holy shit. There's more people being named after fucking Fruit Loaves than there is Michael. How the mighty have fallen. Natalie, Vincent, Leilani, 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 Edward, Ada, Lachlan, Elena, Chase, Mabel, Apollo. Good Lord. I'm naming you after a spaceship, son. Good luck with the rest of your fucking life. Although, if you sent a kid to school called Apollo, you would hope that if he ever did get in a fight at school, you would hope to God it would be with another kid called Rocky, because you just... Emily, number 97. Emily's a lovely name as well. David, number 98. Fucking hell. More Apollos than Davids this year. And fucking way more Fruit Loaves. Isabel, Jace, Nadia, Malachi, and Amara. And those are your top 100. What do you think? What was your favourite? Lena likes Serene. Best name so far. Let's see here. I think they were getting over the 80s. Come Down and Couldn't Be Asked. Billy isn't on there for a girl. That's it. We're done. It seems like a lot of the traditional names, your Michaels and your Jacks and stuff like that, I don't think John was even on there as the top 100. Your David was low down as well. I think a lot of those traditional names are kind of falling by the wayside now, aren't they? Because people want to get all creative. They don't want their fucking kid to be one of 6 Davids in the class instance, so they give him a fucking daft name, and before you know it, there's fucking 5 Serenes in the class and Sorens in the class. Oh, Jesus. Right, well, I am going to get going. It has been a pleasure talking absolute bollocks with you once again. If you have enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe to the motherfucking channel. Go and check out some of my other videos. Go and check them out now. If you enjoy them, click like and pop a comment underneath them, because it genuinely helps out the channel. It helps it to grow. Also, as well, if you have enjoyed it, feel free to drop us a donation, drop us a super chat. It does help. But other than that, I will see you again tomorrow. Thank you ever so much for joining. Goodbye. Good luck with the rest of your lives. Bye.